Okay. Okay, guys, let us today we will complete the molecular basis of the inheritance. Okay, we have left out with the topic that is Human Genome Project and the DNA fingerprinting. Okay, so let us start that today. Okay, so guys, before going to start the class, here is the question for you. Before going to start the class, tell me whether I'm audible and screen is visible, guys. Okay, guys, let us start the class. Okay, guys, here is the question for you. Human Genome Project was started in the year. You already studied this, right? Tell me in which year the Human Genome Project was started. Okay, so here is the option A in the year 2000, option B in the year 2003, option C in the year 2010, option D in the year 1990. Okay, so you read the question. I'm going to run the poll. Answer me in the poll, guys. Okay. One minute. Okay, guys, answer me in the poll. Quick, you know that answer, right? Only 25% of the people answered the question. So, guys, quick. Guys, before taking the answer, you have to think, okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, another 6 seconds. I'm going to end the poll. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the poll. 30 seconds is over. I'm going to share the result with you. Why, guys? Why you have a confusion? So, 67% have chosen option A. No one chosen option B and option C. 33% have chosen the option D. So why, guys? Why you have a confusion here? So we know that what is Human Genome Project, right? So here, what is the genome? The genome is the genome which is consisting of all the genetic material, genetic information in it, right? All the genes. So together with all the genes, so that is called as a genome. Okay. So we are going to in the Human Genome Project. They have studied so they have sequenced the human genome, right? So that is started in the year 1990, guys. Okay. So that was started in 1990. So all of them chosen 2000. It is not the correct answer. Okay. So it is 1990. So the Human Genome Project was started in the 1990. Let us study about that. Okay. Here you can see. So in the human, we have a genome, right? So genome means, so all the set of the genes together, we call it as a genome. Okay. So there are the specific genes are present, right? Together, all the things, when it comes together, that is present in the cell. So that together, that is called as a genome. Okay. So here we are going to study about the human genome, the genes which is present in the human. Okay. So guys, when it comes to the Human Genome Project, it was the very, very big project. So that was done. Okay. So this was started in the year 1990 and it was ended in the year 2003. So this is very important, guys. Remember that it was started in the year 1990 and it was completed in 2003. Okay. So totally it was took 13 years. Okay. Totally it was took 13 years to complete the sequencing of the human genome. Okay. So what is this human genome sequencing means? To knowing the what are the sequence present in the genome. Okay. So each and what are the genes present in the genome, and so what are the sequence? We know that the gene is made up of the base pairs, right? So single base pairs also we have came to know in the Human Genome Project. Okay. So actually it was started by the US Department of the Energy. So US Department of, it was started by the US Department of Energy. Okay. US Department of Energy and NIH. Okay. National Institute of Health. NIH. NIH. And after that, from the UK, other departments like the Wellcome Trust. Okay. Wellcome Trust also joined here. Wellcome Trust joined the ants in the Human Genome Project. Some other countries like Japan, Germany, China. So together with all these countries, So the Human Genome Project was completed. Okay. So guys, do you have any idea that how much did this Human Genome Project cost? How much the money did it cost? Can anyone tell me, guys? How much did it cost? Guys, you don't believe it was cost nearly. So that is 9 billions. Okay. So it costed about 9 billion. So that is in the US dollars. Okay. When it comes to, it was crores together. Okay. So completing the human genomic, it was takes about 9 billions. When it comes to the Indian rupees, it was crores together. Okay. So think that, guys. So it was after the completion of the Human Genome Project, we have came to know that there is 3 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs. Okay. 3 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs are present in the human genome. Okay. So now let us start the class, guys. I think you understood this. Now let us start the class. Okay. So here you can see the Human Genome Project. 1 minute. So Human Genome Project was an international scientific research project. Okay. It is also called as a HGP. Don't confuse if they in the exam they are given HGP means I don't learn that FGP. Okay. So there that is thing Human Genome Project. Okay. So it was an international scientific research project. Okay. Not only one country was involved in this. So there are so many countries are involved in it for the project. Okay. So what is the aim of this Human Genome Project, guys? So to determine the complete sequence of nucleotide base pairs that make up the human DNA and all the genes it contains. Okay. So the main aim was to knowing the base pairs and what are the genes present in the human genome. Okay. So I already told that it was the world's largest collaborative biological project. I have told you why it is a collaborative means so many countries are involved in this, right? Germany, Japan, and the China. So all the countries are involved in this project. So that's why it is called as a collaborative project. Okay. So guys, when that idea was come in the mind that to sequence the human genome was in the 1984. Okay. In the 1984 by the US government when the planning was started. Okay. So they have started the planning in the 1984 only, but they have started on the project was in the 1990. We also do like that only, right? Whenever we want to study, whenever we want to think study at the 4 p.m. So we will think at the we will start thinking at the 2 p.m. to study at the 4 p.m. right? So after 4 p.m. we will start the reading, right? So like that only here is what happened. So they have started thinking of doing this project in the 1984, but they have started in the 1990. Okay. So the project was formally launched in the 1990 and was declared complete in the 2003, guys. So that is totally totally 13 years it took. Okay. 13 years took. And guys, one more thing. So here there are totally how many chromosomes the human have? Guys, tell me how many numbers of the chromosome humans have? Numbers of the chromosomes. Tejas, Prachi, Mayuri. Tell me, guys, how many number of the chromosome human have? Very good. 22 and another X and Y chromosome. Right? Yeah. 22 pairs. Then other we have that X and Y chromosome. Right? So they have sequenced these 22 chromosome, guys, and also the other X and so that is the sex chromosome, that is the X and Y chromosome. Okay. Guys, can anyone tell me which is the very smallest chromosome? Guys, tell me which is the very smallest chromosome? Smallest chromosome. Very good, Prachi. Yes. Y chromosome is the very smallest. And which is the largest chromosome? Which is the largest chromosome number? No, it was a first chromosome. Okay. Chromosome number 1. Compared to X and Y, the X is the larger. But the largest chromosome was the chromosome number 1. Okay. So you know that karyotyping, right? It was arranged based on their size, right? So the chromosome number 1 is the largest in the size. Okay. Okay, guys. Now let us see. I have told you that what is the genome. So it is consisting of the complete set of the genetic material in it, right? So we are going to sequence that in the Human Genome Project. They have sequenced that. So what is the goal of the human project, guys? Not only the sequencing, there are the other goals also there. So that are 1 minute. So here you can see the Human Project is Human Genome Project is an international scientific research project with the primary goal of determining the sequence of the chemical base pairs which make up the DNA. So that is the primary goal, okay, to know the sequence which is present in the DNA. So another thing is identifying and mapping the genes of human genome, and from both the physical and the functional standpoint, to know which are the genes are functional and which are the genes are non-functional, and how are these genes are located in the genome. So this is called as a mapping, okay. So these all are goals under the Human Genome Project. Now let us see one by one, okay. So to identify approximately 20,000 to 25,000 genes in the human DNA. So they have goal that either we have to identify approximately 20,000 to 25,000 genes, okay, in the human DNA. And second one is to determine the sequence of the 3 billion chemical base pair, okay, that constitute the human DNA. Okay, I have told you guys. So this is the DNA. Okay, so this is the base pairs of the DNA. So when it comes to this is the DNA, it is a base pair consisting of AG, CT. Okay, so to know these chemical bases, what are the bases are present in the DNA? Okay, to know that, so that is the another goal of that. Okay, so that is the main goal. And second one is to store this information in the database. Okay, so we have sequenced, right? So only sequencing and not throwing out. Okay, so because it is cost very much, right? So storing this sequence in the storing this sequence, guys, I will tell you, I have told you that. So the base pairs are nearly about 3 into 10 to the power of 9, right? If we are started to store it in the book main, for example, if a book, okay, this book contain the 1,000 pages, okay, 1,000 pages, and in the one page, we will write about 1,000 base pairs, okay. 1,000 base pair means we require minimum of 3,300 books, okay, to write this sequence only. The think, guys, how exciting it was. So we have this organs, and we have a tissue. In that tissue will form the organs, right? So the first cell, only one cell which is containing the genome, so that is a genetic material. If we write that sequence in a book means, it is going to take minimum 3,000 to 300 books. Okay, think how much the base pairs are present in the DNA. Okay, so we can make a small library of it. Okay, so but guys, so it is not possible to write in a book. For that, so another field of the biology came into existence and helped in the Human Genome Project. So that was the bioinformatics. Okay, bioinformatics. Okay, guys. So what is the bioinformatics means? What are the informations and what are the gene sequences which are present in the which we have sequenced here in the Human Genome Project, that was stored in the computer. Okay, so that was stored in the computer in the by the field of by using the bioinformatical principles. Okay, so that is also the another goal of the Human Genome Project. So that is by storing the genetic information. Okay, so another one was improve the tools for the data analysis. To analyze the information present in the DNA, we have to improve some tools for the Human Genome Project, right? So that is also goals under the Human Genome Project, to study more the DNA bases and more about the genetic material. So they have also the goal that to improve the tool for the data analysis. Okay, and another thing was transfer the related technologies to other sectors such as the industries. Okay, to and also to share this information and share this data with the other industries and other things for the improvement of this data. Okay, so this is also another important goal in this. Okay, so another thing was address the ethical, legal, and social issues that may arise from this project, guys. So we could not simply take a human genome and simply sequencing that, right? So if my genome is there, means there is a secret of my human body, so that was present in that DNA, right? So no one will, so that will lead to the some ethical issues, and it is not possible to give a permission like that. Okay, so that also under the goal of the Human Genome Project to deal with that type of the questions. Okay, so guys, did you understood this? Can we go to the next? If you understood this, type me yes, guys. Type yes. Then we will go to the next. Okay. Okay, Tejas. Okay. So, guys, so Human Genome Project, so it was carried out by the two approaches. Okay. So we should not simply take the DNA and going to sequence that. Okay. There are two methods are they have taken that. So that is the two main approaches are. So see here, for the first one is two approaches. 1 minute. So the two approaches are by identifying all genes are by identifying all the genes that are expressed as the RNA. So that is called as the expressed sequence tags. So guys, the two methods they have used is two approaches are, one is the expressed sequence tags. Remember this, okay? This is very important. Expressed sequence tags, first one, and the second one is sequence annotation. Okay, guys. Second one is the sequence annotation. What they have did in the expressed sequence tag is, guys, we know that. So this is the DNA, right? So this is the DNA. This is a double-stranded DNA. By the method of transcription, by the process of transcription, it is going to give us mRNA, right? It is going to give mRNA, right? It is going to express itself as the mRNA. Okay. Then this mRNA is going to express as the protein, right? We know that. So what they have did in the expressed sequence tag is they have took only the genes which is going to express this mRNA. Okay. So for example, this is the gene. You can consider this as a gene. Okay. So whichever I have written in the red color, so that are the genes which is expressing. Okay. So these are the genes which is going to express as a mRNA. Okay, mRNA. So they have only studied this DNA sequences in the expressed sequence tags. Okay, which are expressed as a mRNA. They have studied those DNA in that things. That is the expressed sequence tags. Okay. So the second thing was in the sequence annotation. In the sequence annotation, what they have did is they have studied all the DNA. I have told you that this is the DNA, right? So this the red thing and black thing, all the things. The DNA which is not going to express also. Okay. So this all the DNA genes, which is this all the DNA genes was studied by the sequence annotation. This is the another method they have used. Okay. First one is the gene which is going to express as the mRNA, and the second one is all the genes which is present in the DNA. Okay. So all the gene studying is called as sequence annotation. Only the genes which is expressing mRNA, so that is called as the expressed sequence tag. Okay. Guys, do you have any confusion in this? If you don't have any confusion, type me yes, guys. Okay. Okay. Now let us see how this Human Genome Project have how they have did the sequencing now. Okay, what are the steps they are involved in this? Okay, guys, we know that to know the sequence of any DNA, we must have to isolate the DNA, right? We must have to isolate the DNA. The first step is isolating the DNA, right? Isolate DNA. For example, we are going to isolate the Tejas DNA. Okay, Tejas, I'm taking your name. Don't feel bad. Okay. Okay. So if I want to isolate the Tejas DNA, okay, what we have to do now? We have to take a sample from the Tejas. Okay. So I'm going to take the Tejas blood. Okay. So I'm going to take a sample. Okay. Okay. So for example, I have taken a blood. Okay. The blood also have the cells, right? So we have taken the blood. From this, we have extracted the DNA, guys. Extracted DNA. Okay, this is Tejas DNA. Okay, this we have the extracted the DNA now. So guys, we know that the human genome, the human DNA was very long, right? It was very long. If we start separating that and studying that, it will take a lot of the time, right? It is not, there is no any technique for studying the long DNA also, right? For this, what we have to do, we have to break down the DNA now, right? So this is very long DNA. we have to break down into the pieces now, like this. Okay, now what will happen, guys? So we'll break this breakdown. Okay, breakdown of the DNA, breakdown of this DNA. Okay, so guys, for this breakdowning of the DNA, we use the technique. So that is called as the shoot gun sequencing. Okay, we use the shoot gun sequencing. What we have did in that is, so there is a long DNA, we are going to fragment that DNA. Okay, so we are going to fragment that DNA by using the shoot gun. Okay, okay, shoot gun sequencing. Guys, what happened in the shoot gun sequencing is, there is no any specific sequence where it is going to cut. Okay, so there's a random cutting of the DNA will take place. So random cutting, here you can see in this picture, right? So there's a random cutting of the DNA will take place. Okay, so now what will happen, guys? So we have a fragment now, right? You can see this is a DNA. So this is the first fragment, this is a second, this is the third, we have a fourth, this is a five. So like that. So there is so many, like the 1,000 fragments. Okay, so now what we have to do in this fragment now, so there is a one. Okay, the fragment which is one, there is only one copy, right? It is only in one copy, right? So which is two, which is only in the one copy, three, which is only in the one copy. So for studying this, whenever we are studying this, we may lose this fragment, right? What we have to do, we have to increase this fragment number. Okay, so when we increase this number, we increase in the quantity, it is easy for studying. If we lost one fragment also, no problem, we have the another fragment, right? So for this, there are the two methods for increasing the quantity, guys. So there are the two techniques. First one is the cloning. Okay, cloning, and second one is the PCR. Okay, but the PCR was not so the PCR was recently came. They have not took the PCR on the time during the Human Genome Project. They have took the cloning. Okay, so they have took the cloning for studying this and for increasing the number of the fragment. Okay, so for the cloning, they have take the two main vectors. Guys, can you tell me what is the vector is? Guys, can you tell me what is the vector is? Vector. Why we require a vector, guys? Tejas, this is your DNA. We are going to sequence. Answer me. Very good, Tejas. Yes, it is a gene taxi. Yes. So what it is going to do? It is going to carry the genes. Okay. If we want to move from one place to the another place, we have to put the genes in that vector, and it is moving from the one place to another place. That is means in the bacteria. For moving the back into the bacteria, we use the vectors, right? Here we have to the back. Okay, back. So back and the yak, guys. Okay, so guys, what is the back here? Back means bacterial artificial chromosome. Okay, so that we use in the bacteria. Okay, so guys, in the back we can insert about 300. Okay, 300 kb of the gene size in the back. Okay, so this back have to be inserted into the bacteria itself only to increase the size. Sorry, to increase the quantity. Okay, so the yak is yeast artificial chromosome. Guys, here we have to remember that back comes under the prokaryotes, whereas the yak comes under the eukaryotes, right? Yeast is a eukaryotes. So in the yak, we can insert about 200 to 2000 kb. Okay, 2000 kb of the genes in it, gene size. Okay, 2000 kb of the gene size in it. Okay, guys. So now what will happen, guys? So after this is adding. Okay, so this is a back. Okay, you can take this as a yak also. This here I will write the yak. Okay, yak. So here we can see about 200 to 2000 kb. Right. So guys, this is the bacterial chromosome. So this is the bacterial artificial chromosome. So this is a, okay. So this is a bacterial plasmid first. Okay. When we add this gene of interest, so it becomes the back now. Okay. So guys, see here what will happen now. So we have inserted the gene of interest. Okay. You can see here, this is the gene of interest we have added in this back. Okay. So this size is only 300 kb. So Now we transfer this by the transformation, okay, by the method of transformation. Guys, what is the transformation means? So we are going to treat the bacterial cells before, okay. Then on the bacterial cells, we are going to create some spores, okay, small pores like this, okay. So after creating the small pores, we will come in, we will take this chromosome and this back and the bacteria in close together like this, okay. Now what will happen? We will going to give us some heat treatment now, okay. So when we give the heat treatment, so this bat will enters into the some, it will got like some shock to the bacteria, okay. So through from the shock, there is a pores on the bacteria we have created, right? So on that pores, the back is going to inserted into the bacteria, okay. Now the back is comes inside the bacteria. Now we know that bacteria will replicate, right, on that time. So our this back is also going to be replicate, then it is going to increase their copy number, okay. We have inserted the one gene, so now it was same gene was given into the so many products, okay. Now so many, sorry, not products guys, sorry. So it was given the so many copies of that gene, okay. So that is called as a clone, okay. Clone means so many copy of that, okay. So now by using this copy, we are going to sequence, okay. So in the yak also same thing happen. So we are going to insert the gene into the yak, and then we are inserting that into the yeast, then it is going to replicate. So then we are going to get the clone of that, okay, the copy of the genes now. So then we are going to take these genes, guys, okay. Guys, see here, we have got the genes like this. This is a copy of the genes we have got. Okay, you think this is the first fragment. Okay, this is the first fragment we are going to sequence now. Guys, there are, so for this sequencing, we have used the Sanger sequencing. Okay, Sanger sequencing method. Okay, so guys, it is also called as the dideoxy method. Dideoxy method. Okay, dideoxy method. So here, what we are going to do is, I will tell you. Okay, so guys, you can see here. So so the Sangers have took the 4 test tubes. Okay, so here you can see this, right? So these are the 4 test tubes which is took by the Sanger now. What he have did is, this is the first fragment, right? He has taken that fragment into the test tube. Okay, guys, this is the fragment of that first fragment. Okay, now they have added the primers. Okay, guys, where did you have learned about the primer? Can you tell me? Where did you learn about the primer? Tell me, guys, where did you learn about the primer? Guys, tell me, where did you learn about the primers? During the replication. Very good, Tejas. Yes, during the PCR also we have studied about the primers. Yes. Yes, now what they are going to do is, now we have the single stranded of that fragment. Okay, we are going to separate that DNA fragment. So now we are having the double stranded fragment. So we have separated that. Okay, now we have the single stranded fragment. Okay, so now this single stranded fragment we have taken in this test tube, guys. Now what will happen now? So the Sangers added the primers to this test tube now. Okay, this is the primers. Okay, primers. Now he added the enzyme also, that is the polymerase enzyme, right? Polymerase. Okay, guys, along with that, what we require? We require a nucleotide, right? We require a nucleotide. So guys, can you tell me which are the nucleotides we can add to this test tubes? Tell me the nucleotides name. Guys, tell me the nucleotides name. Guys, tell me the nucleotides name. Deoxy, GTP, deoxy, CTP, deoxy, TTP, right? Deoxy, TTP, triphosphate. So that is the, now let us come to the not guanine. So you have to tell that deoxy with that, because we are going to synthesize the DNA, right? For that. Okay. So now guys, what will happen? So for this each test tube, he has added all the nucleotides. Okay. So that is specifically So that is the all the nucleotides. Okay, GTP, ATP. So that is the DGTP, DATP, DCTP, and the deoxythymine, deoxy DCTP. Okay, deoxy TTP. Okay, guys. Now they have added the all the things to this. Okay. Now the polymerase have to start the polymerization, right? Now what will happen? We know that complementary to this strand, the polymerase is going to add the sequence to add the nucleotides here, right, guys? Now what happened, guys? He has the twist now. Okay, what he added to this, each test tube here is, so you can see here for the first test tube is added the dideoxy dideoxy TTP here. Okay, dideoxy TTP. So now in the second test tube, he has added the, in the flask he has added the dideoxy ATP. Okay, in the third he has added the dideoxy GTP. In the fourth he has added the dideoxy CTP. The guys main thing, what is this? What is the main thing is here the polymerase is not going to identify or not going to so after the polymerase adding to this DDTP or dioxy DTP, what will happen? It is not going to form the phosphodiester bond here, which is the another nucleotide. Okay, so then what will happen? There the replication is going to stop here. So that is a synthesizing of the nucleotides was going to stop here. Okay, so that is the happen here. So here the polymerase is going to synthesize the nucleotides, right? Here what happened? So when it got this DDTP, so that is, so in the template there is a right? In this template, if there is a C, if there is a G, if there is a T, okay. So the polymerase is going to add the normal, okay. It is going to add the, so guys, you can see here in the first test tube, he is added the DDTTP, okay. Then he was not added, okay. He was not added the normal DTTP, okay. He was not added the normal DTTP, okay. So now the polymer is going to add the nucleotides. What happened here? You can see. So we have the normal G, right? So it is added the normal DGTP. So after that, it is added the complementary. So that is the, so normal C, okay, normal DCTGP, okay. So normal DCTP, okay. So when it comes to the T, that is complementary to the T is adding, you can see here, he was added here. So that is the ATP. So that is deoxy, so dideoxy ATP. On that case, it was added the dideoxy ATP on that time. So the next, so when we wanted to add the next to a nucleotide, it is not possible because the polymer is going to not form the phosphodiester bond with this now. Okay, so that is the reason the chain termination. So here the synthesis was terminated here. Okay, so that is happening here. Okay, now we have got the, wherever there is a sequence was stopped, wherever the polymerase stopped the synthesis, here we can got the bands like this. Okay, so here you can see that here it was synthesized in the first test tube. This is the test tube, the things. Okay, so guys, when in the added in the test tube for the first flash, so it was cleaved here, then it was stopped here, then another it was synthesized here, and from the another here it's synthesized from here. Okay, so later we have got the, in the test tube or the flash, we have got the so many fragments which are stopped in the specific sequences. Okay, in the specific nucleotides, wherever they have got the dideoxy nucleotides. Okay, now from this solution, now they are going to run the gel. Okay, so here you can see here the for running the gel, they have this gel is called as the agarose gel. Agarose gel. Okay, guys, so this is called as the agarose gel. So in this they have took this, there is a some space present on these things. Okay, we are going to make this space for adding the samples. Okay, so here you can see, guys, now they have added the samples from the each flask. Okay, so now we are going to run this gel. Okay, so guys, here we can see that this is the minus end, this is the positive end. Okay, so guys, we know that the DNA is negatively charged, it is going to move towards the positively charged. Okay, so guys, here we have to remember that, so the DNA which is having the smaller fragments, okay, which is having the smaller in size, it is going to move very faster, okay. So we know that who is the person who is very thin, he can run fast, but who is the person who is fat, he cannot run fast, right? Yes, Tejas, if you have any doubt, tell me, Tejas. Tell me in the chat box. Okay, that is what happened in the agarose gel. Okay, so now we have added the sequence, we have added the samples here. Now we are going to move, we are going to run this gel, guys. Okay, so this is gel running is by the electrophoresis, by using the electrophoresis. Okay, electrophoresis. Okay, so the movement of the DNA in presence of the electric. Okay, so that is called as the electrophoresis. Okay, now what will happen, the DNA which is are bigger in size, which will not move which will not move faster. So DNA which are very less in size, it will move very faster. Okay, so now you will get the sequence like this. Okay, so the fragments which are stopped in the first test tube, here and here. Okay, so here and the pink wala, so here we have added the dideoxy TTP here. Okay, so this was the solution of the things which we have got in the in the dideoxy TTP. Okay, this is in the dideoxy ATP. Okay, so wherever the sequence was stopped, wherever the sequence was stopped here during the synthesis, now we are going to know the sequence of that now. Okay, so guys, see here how to know the sequence now. Okay, you can see here. So wherever the band is come, okay, so there is a presence of T. Okay, so there is a termination was happened, right? So we have to write T. Okay, so now you can see here, guys. So here there is the C. Okay, next to T there is a C. Okay, see here, next to T there is a C here. Okay, so next you can see this is a G. Okay, in the G we have got the band. Okay, so now we are going to write the G as the third. Okay, so here you can see this is the third band, this is the fourth band we have got. So that is in presence of, that is in the position of A. Okay, so now we are going to write that is the fourth one was the A, like this. Okay, so this was run in the 5 prime to 3 prime. Okay, then we are going to write in the opposite direction. Okay, so here they are given the this thing, we are going to take this and we are going to add the nucleotides, right? Then what the fragment we have got is 3 prime to 5 prime. Okay, guys, so this is the fragment we have got that. So later that the opposite of that is the template strand. Okay, so guys, the fragment which have got in the Sanger sequencing, we have to write the complementary sequence of that. The complementary sequence of that is the sequence which is present in the template strand. Okay, so if they ask about the sequence which was got in the Sanger sequence, means you can directly write this sequence which we have got. If they ask about the complementary sequence, means you have to write this sequence in the 5 prime to 3 prime direction, and you have to make the complementary base pairs of that, and you have to write that as a template. Okay. Okay, guys. Now let us come to the what are the silent features of the Human Genome Project. Okay. So guys, in a human genome that contains so that is 3.1647 million nucleotide bases. I have told you that 3 into 10 to the power of 9 million base pairs, right? So now let us see that the average gene consisting of 3000 base pairs. Okay, so the each genes present in the human genome, so that is consisting of minimum 3000 base pairs. Okay, 3000 base pairs. Now let us come to the total number of the genes estimated is about 30,000. So that was much lower than the previous estimated 80,000 to the 1,40,000 genes. Okay, guys, they have estimated that there may be a 80,000 genes or the 1,40,000 genes are present in the human genome, but they have got that only when they analyzed it and sequenced this, they have got only the 30,000 of the human genome here. Sorry, 30,000 of the genes when they have sequenced. Okay, and then the functions of the unknown for over the 50% of the discovered gene. Okay, so guys, what they have did is they have discovered all the genes, right? So they have sequenced all the genes, but in that they don't know what is the function of this 50% of the genes which is present in the human. Okay, then second one was, guys, you have to remember that, so whatever the genes we have that, okay, 100% gene, so in that only 2% of the genes that is code for the protein. Okay, so another 98% genes do not code for the any protein. Okay, so it was simply present in the gene, it was simply present in the DNA. Only the 2% of the gene is it is going to code for the protein. Okay, the next thing was repeated sequence make up the very large proportion of the human genome. So guys, there are two types of the repeated sequence, right? Can you tell me which type of the repeated sequence are present in the human genome, present in the DNA? So they have told that there's a large portion in the in the DNA. So there is a presence of the repeated DNAs. Okay, repeated sequences are present. Okay, it may be a mini satellite, and microsatellite. Okay, guys. Now, the chromosome 1, okay guys, the chromosome 1 has the most genes and the Y has the fewest genes in it. Okay, so Y has a very small number of the genes, and the chromosome number 1 has the very large number of the genes. So that is the 2968 genes which is having the chromosome number 1. Okay, then the scientists have identified that about 1.4 million locations where single base DNA differences. So that is also called as the single nucleotide polymorphism. Guys, if we take these are the genes, these are the DNA. In this, there are the sequences which are present. So these all the sequences very similar, but they are only different only in the small single base pairs. Okay, single base pair. Okay, here we take that. So this is the sequence is same as the second one. This is same as this third one, but there is only a difference is single nucleotide was changed here. Either maybe a adenine or guanine, either it may be a G. So that is a trinucleotides like A, G, C, T. Okay. Now let us come to the DNA fingerprinting. Okay, guys, do you have any confusion in the human genome project? You can ask me the question if you have any question in this now. If you have any question in this, you can ask me. So guys, you have to remember this. So the main thing was when it was started and what are the goals of this human genome project and what are the methods they have used in the human genome project. Okay. So go and learn about the what are the applications of this human genome project. Okay. So now let us come to the DNA fingerprinting. Okay, guys. So we have everyone have the every individual have the separate fingerprinting, right? For a separate fingerprinting. So like that, we all different, and so that due to the differences is due to the DNA, there is a polymorphism in the genes. Okay. So now, guys, we know that if we want to differentiate me and you, okay, if we want to differentiate me and you, means we have to know the genome, right? We have to know not only the physical appearance, I'm telling that we want to differentiate between me and you, means we have to know about the genome, right? So we want to sequence the genome, but sequencing the genome, it is a very large task. We know that now only we studied, it was took about 9 millions 9 millions of the amount, 9 billions amount, right? So but it is not possible to do like that. So for that we have did there is a one Alec Jeffrey. So the scientist Alec Jeffrey so was discovered the DNA fingerprinting technique. Okay, so guys, in the DNA fingerprinting technique, what is the thing is, so we have the genome, right? In the genome we have a DNA, right? In this DNA there are the only small number of the genes which is going to code for the protein, right? So these are the genes which is coding the proteins. Okay, coding genes. Okay, it is also called as the exons, right? So there are about 90%, we have told that about 99%, so about 98% there are the genes which is not coding, right? We also called it as the introns or the non-coding genes. Okay, non-coding genes. Okay, non-coding genes. What will happen, guys, in the DNA fingerprinting? So the main thing was here there is a repeated. Okay, the genes which are not going to code here, it is a very repeated sequence are present in it. Okay, so there are mainly two types of the repeated sequence present. So the first one is called as a mini satellite, and second one is called as a micro satellite. Okay, guys. So this repeating sequence, which is not useful and it is not going to code for the any protein. Okay, but here it is very useful in identifying the DNA fingerprinting. Okay, so there are two types. I told you that mini satellite and the micro satellite is present. Okay, guys, what is a mini satellite means? There is a for example, there is a repeat will be about 12 to 20. Okay, 12 to 20 base pairs are repeated here sequentially. For example, if you take that A, G, C, T, A, C, like the 12 to 20. Okay, it was repeated. After this, it was repeated like that only. A, G, C, T, A, C, like that. Okay, so this is called as the variable number of, this is called as the repeats. Okay, so that is a satellite DNA or the variable number of the tandem repeat. It was where this repeats was variable in the different genes. Okay, different humans. Okay, for example, in the chromosome 1, if you have this type of the repeat, so that repeat was about 9. Okay, if you have the 9 repeat means in my DNA, in the chromosome number 1, I have about only 5 repeats. Okay, so that is called as the variable number of the tandem repeats. Okay, so guys, if we take this DNA and if we if we subjected this into the centrifugation, so that is the density gradient centrifugation, okay, density gradient centrifugation, we are going to get the, okay, so we are going to get the two bands. Okay, so first one is called as a very large band and second one is called as a very small band. Okay, guys, this large band is called as the, which is a coding genes. Okay, this is the coding genes. It is similar in all the humans. It is similar. Okay, it was similar in my DNA also, it was similar in your DNA also. Okay, so whereas this small peak is there, no, small peak. So this is of the satellite DNA peak. Okay, satellite DNA peak, it is not going to code. It is not going to, not coding. Okay, it was called as a not coding. Okay, so where, so in this satellite, so we are going to take the mini satellite for the DNA fingerprinting. Guys, if you have any confusion here, you can ask me. I'll repeat once again. Okay, guys, the main principle of the human genetic fingerprinting is, so DNA fingerprinting is, in this DNA, we are going to take the mini satellite. Okay, mini satellite. So here it is also called as the variable number of tandem repeat. Okay, variable number of the tandem repeats. It is different in all the humans. Okay, it was different in all humans except twins. Okay, except twins, or also called as the monozygotics. Okay, okay, guys, now let us go to, we are not going to take any, yeah, Swarna has asked the question that we are going to take the any prints of the human fingers. No, I'm asking, we are going to talk about here, that is the DNA fingerprints. Okay, so here we are going to talk about the DNA fingerprint. So that is the variable number of the tandem repeats. In the further slides, you will come to know about that. Okay. As the name is DNA fingerprinting. So guys, don't confuse about the DNA fingerprinting. So that is, we are going to take a fingerprint of the DNA. Okay. So why they are given the fingerprint here means, so you can see here. So my fingerprint is different and your fingerprint is different, right? So like that. So each the DNA sequences which is present in the human, so the coding genes are same here, okay. But when it comes to the non-coding genes, there is a presence of the variable number of the tandem repeats. The repeats is different, okay. So that is what we are telling, okay, guys. The repeats is different that we are going to study here, okay. So I will tell you in the next slides that you can see here. So we are going to check the one sample DNA. Okay, for example, we have taken the blood. So we have extracted the DNA from that. And guys, from this DNA, we are going to cleave the DNA into the fragments. Okay, for this cleaving purpose, we are going to add here. So that is the endonuclease. We know that restriction endonuclease, right? It is also called as the molecular scissors, right? It is going to cut DNA into the fragments like this double fragments. It is going to cut the double fragment. Okay. So now what will happen, guys? So these fragments was separated on the agarose gel. I have told you in the human genome project also, by using the agarose gel electrophoresis, we are going to separate this DNA. Okay. So now after the separation of the DNA, guys, so this agarose gel we cannot store for the many days. Okay. So it is going to be damaged. Okay, so the sequence which is present on the DNA is also going to be damaged here now because of the damage of the gels. So that's why what we have to do is we have to blot that. Okay, we have to blot that into the nitrocellulose sheets here. Okay, so then we are going to keep that nitrocellulose for so many days or so many years also. Okay, so for that we want to shift this. We want to copy these fragments which is run on the agarose gel into the nitrocellulose sheet. Okay, so that process is called as a blotting. Guys, can anyone tell me which is involved in the copying of this DNA into the nitrocellulose sheet? Which blotting? It is a northern blotting or it is a southern blotting? Tell me, guys, which blotting we have using in this, southern or northern blotting? Here we are going to use the southern blotting. Okay, southern blotting. So the transfer of the DNA, guys. Here, what we are going to do is, this is our gel, which is so this is the gel. Here we have the DNA which is run on this, right? So now we will take the nitrocellulose sheet. Okay, by pressing this very tightly. Okay, then pressing this, we are going to keep some of the weightage on this. Okay, then by the capillary movement, so this DNA which is present on this gel is going to move to this nitrocellulose sheet. Okay, so when it was copied into the nitrocellulose sheet, we are taking that nitrocellulose sheet in this. Okay, this is the nitrocellulose cellulose sheet which is having the DNA fragments now. Okay, so now what we will do, so we cannot see the DNA fragments in our naked eyes, right? So for that, what we have to do is we have to do the radioactive probing. Okay, this is called as a radioactive probing. Okay, so guys, what we have to do in the radioactive probing is, so here it is your DNA. So this is the DNA which is run on the agarose gel and we have copied into the nitrocellulose sheet, right? So for this, the complementary sequence, okay, the gene to this gene, there is a complementary sequence. We will take that and we are going to take that complementary sequence, and for this we are going to radio label. Okay, we are going to radio label this. Okay, so whenever this probe is bind to this sequence, this is a complementary, right? Obviously it will go and bind to this, right? So now what will happen, guys? So it is going to emit the radiations here. Okay, so that radiation we are going to observe in the autoradiography. Okay, so this is the technique we use for observing the auto radio or for observing the radioactive probes. Okay, so now this radioactive probes was attached to this DNA, that is complementary sequence which is having it. Then we are going to study it by the auto radiography. There is another technique we also see that by the X-ray photographic sheet also. Okay, X-ray crystallographic study also. Okay, but usually we will use the auto radiography for the seeing the radioactive samples. Okay, guys, do you have any confusion in this now? Then we will go to the DNA fingerprinting main thing. Okay. Okay, guys. See here, guys. So here there is a two samples is here. Okay. So guys, I will tell you one story to you that so there is a one crime is happen. Okay, one crime is happen here. Okay, crime. Okay, we have doubt on the two person. The first one is the A and second one is the B. Okay, we have doubt on these two people who is done the murder or the some crime. Okay, so here we are going to take that here A is the Prachi. I'm going to take your name. Okay, okay. So here the A was Prachi. Okay, so here A was the Prachi here. Okay, so you can see here A was Prachi and B is me. Okay, Manjula. Okay, B is me. Now what will happen, guys? So there is a doubt on these two people, right? So the police have collected some samples in the crime place. Okay, for example, we can collect the samples like so blood. So there may be a, if I am yes, Tejas, yes, B is a criminal. It's me. Okay, let's study about this. Okay, first now. So you can see here what will happen now. So they have police guys. They can the police can collect the samples from like hairs and the dead cell. For example, our skin is also going to be dead, right? So that skin cells also they can take. If you touch any table or anything, if you touch the dead person also, they will take the fingerprint from that. Okay, they are going to collect that samples and going to increase that samples. Okay, they are going to collect the samples, collect the sample. Okay, I will write here. Okay, they are going to collect the sample and they will isolate the DNA from it. Okay, then going to do the PCR. Okay, from the PCR we are going to get the large amount of the DNA. Sorry, DNA fragments, right? So now what will happen, guys? They are going to so they will take the samples. They have collected the sample, right? So they have collected the sample. So this is the sample they have collected. They have run on this cell. Okay, this is the C. This is the sample which they collected in the crime place, on the sample of the crime place. Okay, so they have doubt on two members, right? One is Prachi and one is me. Okay, so this is Prachi's, this is me. Okay, then what is going to happen here? So they will take the sample from me, from my DNA. They will take the sample from me and Prachi's also. Okay, now what is going to happen is, so here you can see, guys. So here they have taken the sample. They have taken the chromosome number 7, chromosome number 2, and the chromosome number 16. Okay, so now you can see here. So this is the fragment from the A. Okay, this is fragment from the B. How many fragments we are going to get here? Okay, so and here you can see this is the sample number. Okay, samples tandem repeats. I have told you, right? So if I have the in the chromosome number 7, if A and B, okay, if the A Prachi have the 5 repeats means I am going to have the 6 repeats. I am going to have a 8 repeats. Okay, so there it is going to change the size of the fragment. Okay, then it will move to the next thing. Okay, so then in the second chromosome also there is a changes in the repeats. Okay, that is a variable number. Tandem repeats are different. So in the Prachi's it is the 8 and mine it is only 4. Okay, and in the chromosome 16, so Prachi is having the 2 and I am having the 9. Okay, like this the repeats are different here. Okay, now what will happen, guys? They are going to run on the agarose gel. Okay, you can see here what will happen. So guys, here you can see the red is from the chromosome number 7, yellow is from the chromosome number 2, and blue is from the chromosome number 16. Okay, so this is the who is the suspect. Okay, who is the crime person? Okay, this is the crime person DNA fragment, and this is the Prachi's fragment. So this is the mine fragment. Okay. So now what will happen? You can compare, guys, who is the crime here, the fragment which is exactly matches with the which fragment of the genes here, which fragments here. You can see. So the C, this is the crime person. Okay, crime person fragment. Here the Prachi do not have this fragment. Okay, do not have this fragment. Here you can see Manjula, me having this fragment. Okay, so this also the second red color. You can see the Prachi do not have here. See, she have the very high number of the tandem repeats. So now here it is came. Okay, so that this yellow thing was in the Prachi. It consisting of the large number of the repeats. Okay, so that's why it was present. Okay, so yellow also you can see it was matches with me. Okay, this yellow is also matches with here. Okay, so this blue also it does not match with the Prachi's fragments, and here you can see that here it is going to match with my fragment. Okay, so guys, tell me who is the crime person here by seeing this thing. So here is the question that if we get the RBC in the crime scene, is that possible to go for the DNA fingerprinting? So yes, RBC is a cell only, right? Yes, we can go and we can do the fingerprint. Together that we are going to collect the some other, together that they are going to collect the other samples also. Yes, from the RBC, from the red blood cells also they will collect the samples. Guys, do you understood this? How they will find the base? It is usually it is based on the variable number of the tandem repeat, guys. Okay. Guys, did you understood this? Guys, here is the question for you. Answer to this question. The major approaches used in the Human Genome Project for identifying the genes where I have told you in the methodologies used by the Human Genome Project. Okay. The answer for this question, guys. So option A is BLAST. Okay, BLAST, BLAST, BLAST. And option B is expressed sequence tags. Option C is sequence annotation. Option D is both both B and C. Very good, Tejas. Yes, your answer is correct. Okay, guys, I'm going to launch the poll. Answer me in the poll. Answer me, guys. Okay, guys, I got the answer that. Very good. I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to share the result with you. All of them have chosen the option B and C. Very good, guys. Yes. The two approaches used by the Human Genome Project is, I have told you that expressed sequence tags, which is in the form of the mRNA, which is expressed in the form of the mRNA, that genes they are going to sequence. And another was sequence annotation. So that was sequence annotation was all the genes. Okay, all the genes they are going to sequence the things in the genome. Okay, and so option D is both B and C. Not only this thing B and C, they are going to take both the things. Okay. Okay, guys, here is the homework for you. Here you have come. Here we have completed the all the things on the molecular inheritance chapter. Kindly go through that module questions. If you have any questions or any doubt, kindly tell me in the next class. We will go through that. Okay, we will discuss the questions in the next class, guys. So here you are going to have this test syllabus. So that is complete 11 syllabus, 50%, other 50% include, and the genetics and the molecules. Okay, molecular basis of the inheritance, not biotechnology. Okay, so okay, guys. So I'm going to go for the teacher NPS. Kindly give me your feedback, guys. Tejas, I am from Bangalore. How is your preparation going on, Tejas? It is good, right? Okay, Tejas. Did you understood this thing? If you have any confusion, Prajwal, sorry, Tejas. Okay, okay, thank you, Tejas. Guys, if you have any questions or anything, You can ask me, I will answer you in the last 2 minutes. That's it, guys. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We will meet in the next class. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Tejas.